This is Mr. Hassan's Maths channel. I'm now answering question number 3 from the specimen paper B of the IGCSE Cambridge 0580. This is the paper 2 non-calculator paper, and this is, the specimen paper before the actual papers were released. So it says the stem and leaf diagram shows the number of minutes taken by each of 18 students to complete a task. And they give you this diagram and they give you this key. So basically a stem and leaf diagram has 2 parts to it. You have the stem, which is this part here before that line, which is part of the number. And then you have the leaf, which is on the other side of the line. Okay, so this part is the stem and this part is the leaf. And they're telling you in the key what these numbers represent. So when you have 1 on this side and then 2 on that side, it means 12 minutes. It could be like 1/2 means 1.2, for example. But here they told you that these are the tens and these are the units. You'll always find that on the leaf part, there's always only 1 digit. And there's no commas or anything between them. So this is the stem and this is the leaf. So 1/2 means 12 minutes. So we've got to find the range of the data. Now the range of the data is the highest entry, take away the lowest entry. Okay, so we have to look to see, first of all, is this a ordered stem and leaf diagram? Are the numbers in order? And it looks like they are. So that's 12, 13, 16, 19. Everything seems like in order. So the highest is going to be the one right at the end there. Okay, so this is the highest. And this is going to be the lowest, the one at the beginning. So we have to subtract them to find the range. So you're going to have 39 minus 12, which is 27. If you're not sure, remember, you can't use a calculator, so we can subtract. 9 minus 2 is 7, and 3 minus 1 is 227. Then it says find the median of this data. Now the median is basically the middle number when they are arranged in order of size. Okay, so it's the number that's right in the middle. And there's basically, when you see that there's an even number of entries, there will always be 2 numbers in the middle. Like, for example, if you had, some like numbers, right? And there's an even number of entries, okay? If you choose this number, it's not in the middle because there's 2 numbers on this side and 2 on that side. If you choose that number, that's not in the middle. But these 2 together would be in the middle. So what's halfway between them is the median. If there's an odd number of entries, the one number will be in the middle. Okay, so whenever there's an even number of entries, there's always going to be 2 terms which will determine the median. Okay, and so if there's 18 students, okay, what we can do is one method. There's lots of different methods people use, but the one that's probably the most common in the books that you use in IGCSE is you use n plus 1 over 2. Okay, that tells you the place where you find the median. It doesn't tell you what the median is, it tells you where it is. This is where the median is, and what it is, you have to then count to find the number in that position. So n plus 1 over 2, in this case would be 18 plus 1 over 2, that's 19 over 2. 19 over 2 is 9.5. Okay, because 2 goes into 19, 9 times remainder 1, so it would be 19.0, put 1 in front of there, 9.5. Okay, so that means we're looking for the term in the 9th position and the 10th position. Okay, when it comes out as a decimal, you take the number before the decimal, number after the decimal when you've used n plus 1 over 2. So what is the term in the 9th position? We can just count. So you have here, there's 4 terms in this, and that's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so that's 4 terms. Then 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So the 9th position is 24 and the 10th position is 28. Okay, so this is the 9th position and this is the 10th position. You can make sure 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. These are the 2 numbers in the middle, and we've got to find what's halfway between them. Okay, to find what's halfway between them, we can see it's going to be 26 minutes. But if you're not sure, you do 24 plus 28 and divide by 2. It's pretty simple to see it's going to be 26, but if you're not sure, you can do this, which is a bit more hassle. That's going to be 40 plus 12, which is 52, and 52 divided by 2 is 26. So 26 minutes is the median value, okay? So 9.5, 9th and 10th tells us where to find them, and you have to then look to see what's in those positions to find what the median is. So it's going to be the average of the two numbers in the middle. Then part C says, a student draws a pie chart to show the information in the stem and leaf diagram. Complete the table for the angles on the pie chart. Okay, so the number of minutes, 10 to 20, angle on pie chart. So now, between 10 and 20, okay, we have to basically see how many entries there are in this between 10 and 20. Okay, and there's 4 entries. Between 20 and 30, and between 34, so let me count these. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 8 entries there, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 plus 4 plus 8 is 18, so that's correct, the total number. So we can see that we want to find the angles for each of these sections. So for 10 to 20, we have 4 entries out of 18 altogether, and we want to work out what angle this will make on the pie chart. So we multiply this fraction by 360 degrees. We could also say, x over 360, the angle out of the total angle for a pie chart. Remember, a pie chart is, before I jump the gun, a pie chart is basically a circular shape, okay, a circle which the sections of the pie chart, they tell you, they represent each of these. So one of these would represent 10 to 20, one of them would represent 20 to 30, one would represent 30 to 40, and so on. So each of these parts of the pie chart represents a particular, one of these categories. So the bigger the number of entries in that particular category, the bigger the angle it will take on the pie chart, and the total sum of the angles must always be 360 degrees. All right, so the first category has 4. There are 4 entries out of a total of 18. Let me just fix this. There are 4 entries out of a total of 18. The second category, we had 8 entries, and the third category had 6 entries. We had 18 altogether. All right, so 4 over 18 times 360, or we can say x over 360 is equal to 4 over 18. It gives us the same ratio. So x is going to be, in any case, x is going to be 4 over 18 times 360. Okay, now again, there's no calculator for this, so we have to be careful when we do our calculations. Now, a very easy way of dealing with this, before we multiply, always try to cancel out. Okay, now 18 and 36, they kind of go nicely. So 18 goes into 36 2 times. So that's going to be 1 here, sorry, and that's going to be 20 here. Okay, that's going to be 4 times 20, which is 80. That's a nice, easy calculation there. And then we're going to have from 20 to 30, we're going to have, from 20 to 30, we're going to have 8 over 18 times 360. Now, basically, that's double this. So this is going to be 160. You can just straight away write that down because it's going to be twice this. And then we're going to have 30 to 40, which takes up 6 out of 18 times 360. Now 6 over 18 is 1/3, so that's going to be 1 over 3. And 360 divided by 3 is going to be 120. Because 33 goes into 36 12 times. That's going to be 120 degrees. And we have to make sure they add up to 360. That's 80 plus 120 is 200. 200 plus 160 is 360. So it looks like we've got the right answer. And there is the answer to part C of this question. Okay, so you're going to determine how much of the pie chart the particular category takes up in terms of its angle. Okay, so that completes this question from this paper. Now, other questions from this particular paper can be found in the playlist that will be in the top right of the screen at the end of this video. Other questions from the topic of statistics from my IGCSE material for the new syllabus will be found in the playlist over here. You'll find questions specifically dealing with stem and leaf diagrams in this playlist. And on the top of the screen, I'll put my statistics material from the old syllabus most of it which is still relevant for this syllabus as well. Thank you for watching and see you soon.